Good morning, everyone. I hope traders and investors alike were green yesterday. Bears were in full control. The consumer sentiment come in very light. So today is GPD. Our last GPD, we had a contraction. If we have a lighter GPD today than we did last quarter, then we are technically in a recession. So let's see how the market handles it. Play the action. Don't get, stuck on we're going one way or the other and be paralyzed when the move actually happens. Just try to remain open-minded, and we'll see what the market wants to do today with whatever numbers that we get. A lot happening today. We have Powell speaking as well at 9, so we can see the reaction with that before market open. Let's just get to the charts. So we have AMC here. We had that big candle, and then yesterday's candle come back, and we actually lost the 50, pulled back below the 50. Monday with a really nice candle, then pulled back. Crude, we've been watching crude here come down to this support level. Didn't even quite touch it, and getting some wick action. Next candle, doji. Next candle back above the 50. Next candle testing the 20, testing the downtrend, and continuing to push up. Actually testing the 9. Now we're testing the 20. If we can push up above this, we can continue to push higher. The energy names are on watch. Put to call ratio moved back slightly in the bearish zone. This is the McLaren oscillator for the NASDAQ, and you can see we have cooled off. We were oversold, overheated. We've cooled off to a positive 61. That's good. The New York Stock Exchange, we've cooled off as well to 51 neutral on the positive side. You can see the US dollar push yesterday back above the 9, holding the 20. So we're back above 2 of our major moving averages there. Chart looks good. Looks like it wants to take this trend out down here and continue to push higher. That would be harder on the market. The VIX, you can see the VIX pushed up yesterday, pushed it right into the 50. Doesn't appear like we were able to take the 50 out. It did peak above it and pull back. Not sure where the VIX is at right now. This is a VIX 15-minute chart, but these charts are only good during trading hours. Apple.
Banks will step up implementation of prudent monetary policy. Will keep liquidity reasonably ample. Will provide more forceful support to real economy. China central bank says will keep consumer prices basically stable. Monetary policy will be proactive and boost confidence.
Right. So that is we mentioned how over the weekend they were China was putting liquidity into their markets. That's what Charlie was basically just saying, that still discussing the liquidity and how much they're going to be putting in. So the Chinese sector names are definitely worth watching. Still, you can see Avi here. Even Avi pulled back yesterday. You can see, well, we did talk about how bearish that candle looked. Yesterday's candle, the day before's candle, Tuesday's candle, spinning top yesterday, pulled back. Watch, you have some support here. You have the 50, you have a support area. This is a pretty natural move, honestly. This nice big push here, coming back up, putting in a higher high. It's natural for this to pull back and let the moving averages catch up. Now, AMD, you have almost a morning star. This is not textbook. If this was, evening star. If this was a textbook evening star, this candle would have gapped up. We would have gapped up a little bit and printed the spinning top here. And then the next move down would have been the bearish engulfing side of the move. You can see, so it's not textbook, but it's a very, very deep. This candle opened down and very deep on the day. So I'm still looking at, even though it's not a textbook evening star, I'm still looking at it a very bearish candle here. Taking out this previous flag, watch for the low of this wick. We take that out. AMD is probably going to see some more downside. This is also related to what's going on with the market. So in the GPD numbers, anything can happen there. So you can also see, like this candle, we opened up above the 20, took the 20 back, used the 9 for support here. But this candle cut pretty deep. So we opened up midway through Monday's candle, and no, actually that would be Friday's candle. We opened up midway through Friday's candle and ripped back. So that's actually fairly bearish. We not only did we take out uh, Monday's candle, we dipped into Friday's candle as well. So watch that 20 for support there. You can see a firm here's 15-minute and big move down, took out the support level. So we are below the support, which is now resistance at the 2089-ish area. I would watch that for a resistance level. Maybe if we get a retest and a pull down. AMC, you can see nice bearish day. You can look at Monday and see this big strong move right into our resistance area. Took out a resistance here, took out a resistance here, right into a resistance area, pulled back. But yesterday you can see a big move down. Very decent size move down. AMC didn't have a big move like a lot of these, a lot of the stocks did. You can see AMD's 15-minute chart ripped down. Very weak yesterday. AMD seemed weaker than the market, in my opinion. You can look at it straight down where the market took time to put in a couple flags. AMD just got hammered. Amazon, very, very deep candle here. So this candle opened up below Tuesday's candle and actually took out the rest of Monday's candle, took out, or this would be Monday's candle, this would be Friday's candle. So we actually took out Thursday's candle as well. So we took out Friday's candle and Thursday's candle. This whole move up here just took it all back yesterday. Still a day behind due to the holidays last week. Still have not got that straight. And now coming into another holiday, I will probably be 2 days behind by the end of, or the beginning of next week. So you can see in pre-market yesterday, like a lot of other stuff, we started to push right back into this resistance level. Matter of fact, you can see the wick here. So to kind of put you at a double top on the 15, this is why it's important to use to look at these charts using multiple time frames and do your analysis using multiple time frames. Sometimes you can see something on one time frame that you just can't see on another. You can see the putting in basically the little double top here and then pulling way back yesterday. But you can see right here where we stop and put in a few flags to where we didn't see that with AMD. AMD just got slammed. It's a sign of weakness. Boeing right back to this area. We were able to push up above it here, got pulled back. Look at this big doji. It did push hard yesterday morning. Still under the 50 here. We're still holding the 9 and 20. So that's a good sign. Got slammed back down. 140.49 is a big number there. Watch that for resistance. If we do try to play the upside, you can see Boeing here pretty, this week's move was pretty flat until market open yesterday. We had that really big push and then sold that off. See BMY, nice push up. We managed to put in new highs 2 days in a row. Yesterday's candle opened up. We opened down a little bit and pulled back. So we took out yesterday we took out the previous day low, continued down. Still worth watching. This 9's rolling over, heading up. So basically, we would like to see this base here above the support level. Let's 9 catch up and then continue to push higher. CVX trying to turn here into the 9 on the 15. That's an area to watch. If we can take that 9 on the 15 out, we could look at this with a bullish mindset. We're seeing the crude chart looking a lot better, trying to push up off that support, taking out some important levels. Lily, nice big bearish candle coming back, testing support here. See if we can hold this area and let the 9 push up. So again, the candle's looking pretty bearish there. So you opened up and pierced through previous candles. ExxonMobil took this resistance out and got snatched back below it. So, to watch for short plays, watch for the low of the day. If we try to push up, watch your resistance level here. And if you do take the trade, you want to watch your previous high. Previous highs and lows are always important. GME, we just chopping around in this area. Got rejected at the 200. Back to the 50 support here. Lost the 9 and 20. So right now your 50 is support. 200 resistance. You can see GME here. Big move down. Pull back. Tried to retest the support, which now is resistance level. Was able to take it back, and you can see it struggling with it, pulling back in here in pre-market. A QQQ, once again, looks like a evening star, very bearish evening star. Got this nice push up Friday. Tried to push up Monday right into this trend line, which is a huge area. We were able to hold the 20, and then we actually looks like we closed back below the 20 at the end of the day. Yesterday we opened up right at the 20, which is a big area. We've been talking about the 20s and these downtrends. One reason why we were not super bullish on this market. Another reason is the Russell rebalance just did not seem like a big enough catalyst to I can see the market moving when it did and moving on volume, but I couldn't see the follow-throughs of it in this market. Previous markets, of course, but in this market, I just could not see the follow-through. So while everybody else was screaming, we were heading back up to the 50 on the daily, I just couldn't see it myself. With the SPY, the 50 on the daily with the SPY. So big pullback. Your 9 here is support right now. See if we can hold that. I think that's what stopped us from continuing down lower yesterday. So you can see the big move here with the Qs. Nice flag there. You can also see how you got the reaction at the 200. See how the price action slowed to the 200 there. When it cleared that 200 was a big drop. So I say, check. I know we're trading to 1 and 5, but making sure you're checking your levels out on the 50 and the 30, or the 15-minute and the 30-minute, making sure you're checking your moving averages in those areas. So TLT, which is 20-year, looks like we lost the 9, tried to take it back yesterday. Looks like we did close above the 9. Not sure where it's at right now. IWM closed Monday with a really tight doji, big pullback yesterday. That candle cut through a massive part of Friday's candle. It's a strong piercing move to me, very bearish. Showing you that the bulls did not show up for the fight. The bears come in very strong. The bears are in control of this market right now. They didn't even try to shake them out yesterday. Let them close and remain comfortable. MRL, small push yesterday. So we had crude pushing up at one point. We were able to catch some names, some movement out of our energy plays. Once again, you can see the evening star resemblance here. We would like to see this candle have gapped up, and there have been a little gap in between, but it's not exactly textbook. But you can see this candle here did open below and literally took the Friday's candle completely out. Very bearish sign there. So this candle opened up, pierced clean through Friday's previous strong candle, took that whole move back. That's bearish, very bearish sign. And if you go back, you can see we're back below the 9 here. This is the 15-minute chart. Open pretty flat this morning. Things are pulling back a little bit, testing yesterday's low. See, we're pulling back in that area. Microsoft, once again, another very bearish setup. This candle opened and tried to push. You can see the wick on it. It tried to push into the 20 here, or the 9 actually. Seeing rejection. I'm sorry. We tried to push up into the 50. Seeing rejection, cut back through your 20. Your 9's actually support right now. Wish I could change these colors of the moving averages to exactly what I'm looking at on a daily basis. That's one thing I'm not crazy about. Stock charts, I can't change the colors of the moving average lines. So we got Microsoft here. You can see a nice pullback. You can see how the moving averages follow down, confirming a downtrend. The 50's following down. Opening up this morning, taking out yesterday's previous low. Just a bearish sign. Open. We haven't made a big move this morning. No gap, just open flat, and looks like we're pulling back. MRO, so the 9 on your daily is a big area with MRO right now. Oxy, big push. It opened, pulled back, just like everything else. It did push back up towards the end of the day and got a nice trend break play on that. You see, Oxy, we've been talking about this rounded bottom, about how much better it looked versus the other energy names. It was trying to put in a bottom down here, and we, had our eye on this little rounded bottom. Pushed up yesterday on the Buffett buy. Palantir, a nice move Friday. Give it back yesterday, which that's a bearish candle. So, we pierced into the previous candle. Yesterday wasn't a huge move like a lot of the stocks made on the way down. Still moved down, but not as bearish as some of the others. So you can see nowhere near as big of a move down. So that's actually was showing relative strength, even though it continued to pull down, but where it didn't pull down as bad as the rest of the market. A CRM, once again, Friday's candle, nice strong move. Yesterday's candle took back half of it. Monday's candle took back half of it. Yesterday's candle cleared, took out the 20, the 50 here, watching the 9 for support. Important to see where it opens. See if it opens below that 50, that's even more bearish. You can see we opened up and continuing to pull back, so we are still below that 50 there. SOFI, your 50's resistance, big pullback, test support, push into the 9 here, rejection, a nice flag for an entrance. Come down, try to put in a bottom here. Actually a little stronger in pre-market than some of the other moves. Some of the other companies, as we're seeing, are taking out yesterday's low already. Move back below the moving averages here on the daily. I would watch to see if we do continue to pull back, see if we can get some kind of reaction down here off support. You can see we tested this area here, pushed up, unable to get back down to that low. So, trying to put in a higher low here, still trading in this wedge without even extending the downtrend here. You can see the 9 and the 20, the 50. Well, I should say the 20 and the 50. The 9's actually a little lower, but the 20 and the 50 still signaling that there's a resistance there in your downtrend, trading in that wedge. This is the SPY weekly chart. We talked about this the other day, about how, Monday, after Monday's candle, after we put in Monday, we were looking like a lot like the spinning top right here, with the next week being a large pullback. We just talked about how that resembled. We were still below the 9 on the daily here. So you can see we actually have tested this 9 on the daily, and we have been snatched back. Big move down. Once again, very even starish looking. You can see yesterday we actually pushed up at market open and could not hold these levels, could not take this 20 out on the daily. Very big level there we've been talking about, so we got rejected, snatched back. You can see yesterday's candle actually engulfed Friday's big move up. So we literally took the whole move back from Friday. Just very bearish there. Yesterday's candle is very bearish. You can see we come down. We actually filled some of this gap. We still have some of this gap left to fill. You can also see how the market has already pulled back, already taking out yesterday's lows. Just a bad sign for the market, but we also have news coming in. Once again, very evening starish. Yesterday's candle, very bearish, taking out Friday's whole move. Very bearish there. Textbook would say, expecting a big move down. Unfortunately, this is going to be a news-driven market today. Already below the previous lows. Big move down. Upstart, you can see into the 20 here, pull back below the 9. Upstart, you can see the big gap down here. I'm not sure if there's any news on that or not. That's a very big gap down there. Compared to the rest of the market, there's probably something going on. I do know Penn's has some news. CEO, getting a new CEO. Wells Fargo, some of the banks yesterday were strong at open and end up pulling back. You see, we tried to push into the 20, got rejected at the 20. The 20 was a huge area. We talked about on the daily charts, that we had to take that area out. We also had the 20 on the weekly charts we were coming into. Wells Fargo, nice push yesterday, and then just ripped back down. There's ExxonMobil. We did manage to get back above the moving averages, the 50 there. 20 still resistance. Back above the support as well. Zim, nice move down yesterday. Getting this flag right here. You can actually draw a nice flag right there. So you're got a bear flag right into your 9, expecting so you're also putting in a lower high, expecting a move down here. Textbook would say we're expecting a move down. Well, I hope everybody's green today. Remember, discipline is the key to your success. We'll have to remain disciplined today with the news coming out, literally playing the action today. It's going to be very news affected, not really sure where we're heading. Everyone have a good day, and I'll see you in the trading room.